Lane, we really have to finish this album up, okay? We're not uploading the podcast as regularly as we used to.
It's only been a week or so since
but we're missing weeks, okay? We have to be consistent.
Yeah, that's going to be a trait that really helps us finish this whole project up. This isn't just like your script reading.
We have 19 fans.
Exactly. We can't disappoint them. That's like a baseball team worth of fans.
Yeah. So are you ready?
I don't know anything about baseball, so I don't know about
Well, you know about pirate concept albums.
I sure do, which is why we need to... That's why we've put the podcast on hold.
All right, well, let's do this one track. Classic, Ho Ho, and a bottle of rum.
One track? No, Gage, that's a pirate concept single.
I know, but this is the track we're doing today.
Right, but we have the whole album to do. We have to do the whole album tonight.
Okay, well, can we do a podcast in between the songs then?
Well, sure, if you think that you can ad-lib pirate songs.
What do you mean? They're all written down on these sheets of paper.
Yeah, we have music sheets. All right, are you ready? Lane on the guitar, Sam on the bongos.
All right.
And here we go. Yo-ho, in a bottle of rum. How's the rest of
Cut. Hold on. Wait a second. Well, that's not very piratey. You're just doing like a lounge
I can only sing lounge.
Okay, well, I need you to change that right now.
Well, what do you want me to do? I told you going into this, I can only sing lounge.
Okay, bad pitch, lounge pirate concept album.
Yeah, like pirates, it's their day off. They're at a lounge.
Well, VeggieTales already did that with the pirates who don't do anything.
Damn
it, VeggieTales. All right, here we go.
Look, I wanted Johnny Depp on this album.
Is he still a soft?
He couldn't come in because he was so drunk.
We had to keep changing parts of the album to include less of him. All right,
I'll do your album, mate, but I can only sing lounge.
All right, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yo ho, in a bottle of rum.
All right, that's a wrap. Great first track.
All right, we'll just repeat that 75 times.
All right, we'll just loop that.
This will be our pirate EDM song. Now that we got that done, let's jump right in.
Somewhere deep in the Arizona desert, 3 men are doomed to work for the rest of their lives, trapped within the confines of Big Al's salt mine. They gather weekly and survive the only way they know how, by recording this show. You're listening to Salt Mine Radio.
Planning that joke for weeks, the I can only sing lounge joke, and you fucking ruined it. All right, let's go. So, Lane, what's your segment this week?
My segment this week, you may remember several weeks ago I did a segment on the most evil corporation of all time.
Mm-hmm. That would be the Disney Corporation.
Yeah, the Disney Corporation.
Who owns?
Yes. But this week, I have the dumbest corporation of all time. Or
Gearbox Studio.
Well, not really.
Nintendo of America.
Nintendo of America. You've got that exactly right. How did you know,
Haven't
Gage?
you already done like 3 or 4 segments on Nintendo?
I don't think I have, no.
You've done at least one.
Well, he's going to be focusing on why they're stupid. Give me the top 3 reasons why Nintendo is stupid.
Well, as you know, the Switch is going to be coming out here in 2 months now?
Mm-hmm.
After only being announced a month ago. So, and they're not even going to have enough to give everybody.
Well, that's like don't they plan that to generate the hype and get the higher prices?
Sure, I guess, but then you just end up having people scalping.
Some
Switches.
scumbag named Steve on Craigslist.
Yep.
Makes me drive out to Glendale to pick up a Nintendo Switch
For $800. Doesn't even give me the controllers for it, and he's stripped the thing. It's just a shell.
That's how Nintendo wants it.
Okay, there's stopping support for 3DS games. and
wow.
for Wii U games. So they're not going to be making any more of those.
I forgot this is going to be replacing their handheld and their console generation.
Because it's both. Ooh, the gimmick. So I don't know why Nintendo thinks they need to keep having a gimmick. They're also now going the path of Sony and Microsoft of saying, well, Sony and Microsoft people pay for online, so we'll do that too, because people are stupid enough to do that. So now, you're going to have to pay $8 a month to play fucking Splatoon 2 with
Do you feel bad for Reggie? Like, he's the most highly paid man with a gun to his head.
Well, Reggie has a Link amiibo duct taped into his asshole. So if he
That's
makes
what I'm saying.
if he makes the wrong move, that sword slices just slices his rectum right open.
Reggie, okay, what's the difference between your Nintendo chat app and Skype? Well, we wanted to get rid of the bulky headsets. Wow, Reggie. That still stinks like your dinner. It was so quick to come out of your ass.
Doesn't Nintendo notoriously shun online content? Why are they so?
Because they're so scared of the internet.
Yeah, so
Well, because they're afraid of lawsuits and things because they're supposed to be family friendly.
okay.
They don't want you to go on the internet and little Billy's playing Splatoon, and then he calls somebody the N-word.
So they're making you pay for online now, and then instead of making new games for their current IPs that people want, they say, well, obviously that new Legend of Zelda game is coming out because every guy and girl who think they know about video games, they have a fucking Triforce tattoo on their forearm,
and a keychain on their backpack.
So the new Zelda game that looks fine, new Mario game that looks fine. But then they're like, well, what do people like? They like that fucking anime game Fire Emblem because everybody wants to cosplay and fuck all the waifus from it. So we'll just release 6 Fire Emblem games in less than a year because that's what people really want.
Well,
They want that boring RTS that nobody plays or that nobody used to play. People only started playing it when it came out on the 3DS. So they're not making a new Metroid because the last Metroid they made was like Federation Force, where you play as the Space Marines. So you're just like jobber whatever guys fighting vaguely Metroid-looking monsters.
we should be living in a golden age because now the people who are making the games are the people who grew up playing them. It's like 70s and 80s cinema where they grew up on these classics and then they remade these homages.
Nah, but we're getting shit.
But we're getting shit instead.
That's what we're getting now. Batman, Superman, they used to be pretty great. And then you make a movie about them and it's just shit. It's horrible.
It is.
We're not getting any new Kirby game. The last one that came out was that mech Kirby game.
They put Kirby in a mech?
Yeah, Kirby's in a mech for some reason.
Shouldn't a Kirby eat a mech?
And then turn into a mech.
Yeah.
No, he's in the mech.
Kirby.
Why would he be in?
But the mech doesn't eat anything.
Well, okay.
Exactly. They
2 things I know about Kirby: he's round and he eats things. So now he's in a very angular thing that doesn't.
It'd be cool if he was fighting mechs.
Yeah, I'd watch that.
That would be kind of interesting.
It's like reverse Transformers. Like he gets a different ability every time he absorbs one, and then he can combine them. But
that's just Mega Man. Except small and pink, round and pink instead of.
You played Mega Man, right?
Yeah.
I had maybe you can help me. I had a really. I didn't play any the main ones where you fought Magnet Man and Tire Man,
Cut Man,
Air Man,
Metal Man,
Black Man. So
Top Man.
So I had a real weird game where you were a kid in a neighborhood and everybody had their own little Mega Man, and you would plug them into the internet.
Okay.
And then you'd walk around as your Mega Man.
What
avatar.
is this Mega Man EXE or something?
I don't know what it was. That's what I'm asking you.
It's one of those weird later spin-off ones where they became RPGs instead of
it's like an
side-scrollers.
RPG game.
Yeah.
I'll have to find out. I had to further the game.
Yeah.
It was really hard.
No new Yoshi game. No new. We're not getting a Waluigi game.
No fucking.
Do we need a
F-Zero.
Waluigi game?
Yes.
We need one to appease everyone.
To appease me.
I do agree. They need to make a new F-Zero game. Last one was GX for the GameCube.
Yeah, but we're not getting that.
Can we get a Waluigi game where he's like Jigsaw? where he's setting up all these elaborate traps. But
Okay, well, that's just WarioWare Inc.
well, then he forgets to like turn the
Where
switch
Wario
on,
makes-
so he has to go through all of his traps.
You're giving Waluigi too much credit. I think he just hangs around. Like, he's not a mastermind. He just kind of...
No, he is, but he sucks.
Well, then he wouldn't... Well, all right.
Isn't that the point of like those characters? Is that they suck?
Well, no, Wario's like an expert treasure hunter. We don't know what Waluigi does. That's why we need a Waluigi game, because we don't know what he does. He doesn't do anything. Mario, he jumps
He's an accountant.
No, it's like how
your W-2.
no, like how Luigi has Luigi's Haunted Mansion. There needs to be
Yeah.
Wario's, haunted
No, it would be
department.
Luigi or Waluigi putting the ghosts in a mansion,
Wa-
like dragging dead carcasses
I was
in there
gonna say that's a pretty.
into a
it's
pentagram.
Waluigi handyman.
Ooh, that would be fun.
He's
He's trying to fix a house,
But he's bad at it.
but he's bad
But
at
the
it.
ghosts keep making problems.
No, there's no ghosts.
There's no
Why
ghosts.
are you putting
He's
ghosts
just a
in there?
handyman.
We've already done
because
this.
Luigi hunts the ghosts, but Waluigi just sort of lives
No,
with
he's
them.
just a handyman.
Well,
We can't take him to the pitch meeting because he'd be like,
God.
and the ghosts, and the Japanese would go, oh, yes, we fucking love ghosts.
And that's what the one thing that you hate.
they
is to
do. They
impress-
do love the ghosts.
impress people during a pitch meeting.
Well, I don't want the shitty game that would come out of the pit. It's Waluigi handyman.
So what are the mini games?
It's not, well, you
Like
just you get a
tightening
house.
screws.
No, you get a house. You got to like fix boards and stuff. But like he's up on the scaffolding and you have to like balance. But he falls. He's like, wah! And he's trying to nail, but he accidentally nails his finger. That'd be good.
Be better with ghosts.
Well, that's his abilities that he fixes things. So you go on this adventure and there's a lot of broken things, and Waluigi's like, I'm perfect for this. I can fix things to
Maybe he's an expert handyman, and then like the people that work for him keep fucking up.
no, because
Waluigi micromanaging simulator.
and what I can't think of, like, what else is coming out. No new F-Zero. A lot of people are saying, well, where's the new Smash? I don't think we really need a new Smash, but one just came out like 2 years ago.
Yeah, Smash 4 just came out.
And
The formula has been unchanged since the beginning, but especially from Brawl to 4, it's like no change.
yeah, and I don't really know who you could add to it except more fucking Fire Emblem characters. There are more Fire Emblem characters in the new Smash
Imagine
Bros.
the Metal Gear bosses as Smash characters. Is Snake in the new one?
No.
What?
Well, because Konami sent him to the pachinko jail line.
Imagine Snake just pickaxing at a mineral called pachinko.
well, no, he's mining, and those little pachinko balls pop out with each hammer. Yeah, so that's why he's not in the new one.
It's like the end of Metal Gear Solid 4. He puts a gun to his head, but a pachinko ball comes out.
Yeah. But they got classic characters, like you want to play as Pac-Man, right? You really wanted to play as Pac-Man, didn't you?
No.
You really wanted to play. Well, Mega Man is he's pretty fun in that game. Then you have Captain Olimar from Pikmin. I mean,
I never played Pikmin.
interesting. Pikmin's really fun. He's as a fighter, he's an interesting idea, but I don't enjoy him very much. But like I was saying, more Fire Emblem characters than there are Mario characters.
Well, because Mario characters are essentially clones of each other, right? Like you can.
Well,
You can have Princess Peach
have
and Daisy.
Well, you have. Well, no. So you have Mario and you have Luigi, who do have different movesets.
Yeah.
You have Bowser.
Bowser.
who's a giant Koopa turtle. You have Princess Peach, who like hits people with pans and shit.
Sure.
You have Yoshi, who's a dinosaur who like slurps people.
This is true.
Who
Is
else? Is
Waluigi in Smash?
no, he's an assist character.
What?
Yeah, he comes up and he stomps you into the ground and spits on you and
Does he
pisses
use like
on
a
you.
sawhorse because he's a handyman?
No, he
Let's start
stomps you.
Let's start a rumor that they're developing a Waluigi handyman game.
Okay.
I know I wanted to start a rumor that Jay-Z was in the new Mario game, but let's go with this Walu. That one's more believable.
Yeah.
We'll make some fake concept art.
How's a quick checkup? How's the new Pokemon Snap coming?
It's going well. They've released a couple videos now. I'm most excited because it makes you change, the focus. Make sure you
White
have
balance.
good lighting, white balance. Like it's like being a real Pokemon photographer.
Fake news. So sad.
Doesn't it?
The new Pokemon Snap is fake news.
We all want a new Pokemon Snap. You know it. I know it. We all know
You'd
it.
think with the success of Pokemon Go, they would have.
It's actually not doing that well right now.
Well, when it was famous, you think they would have went, oh, people really like weird Pokemon games?
You could have really easily adapted that engine into a Pokemon Snap.
Yeah.
You know.
Did they censor what names you could put in there yet?
Oh yeah, they did that like several generations ago.
Oh, shit.
Can't name them ass. Can't name them fart, dick,
Oh, I had much worse names.
shit, cock, cunt, twat, pussy fucker. You can't have that as a name anymore. Twat squatter. Can't do that one.
Twat Squatter. I choose you. That's good. I like that. I like that a lot.
But yeah, so like they're just making all these really stupid decisions. How about fucking Todd Howard came out at the Switch thing and says, "Did you know you can now play Skyrim on the Xbox Switch? And if you didn't know, also you can buy Fallout 4 on most consoles or the PC. Buy my game, please." You know who Todd Howard is? He's just a guy who wants you to buy his games. He's in charge of
The
Bethesda.
story of a man who wants you to buy his game. See that mountain over there? You can climb that mountain.
So the audacity that this man has, how he convinced Nintendo, oh yeah, hey, you guys should put Skyrim on your new console. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea, Todd. Let's do it. Like, Skyrim is over 8 years old now, and it's
Wow, yeah, I can't believe that.
No, it came out in 2011.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, it came out on 11/11/11.
No, it came out.
No, it came out in 2011.
It came out like 10 years ago.
You're
dude.
thinking of Oblivion, probably.
Well, it came out. Listen, you guys.
You're thinking of Fallout New Vegas.
No, I remember Skyrim came out when I was in high school. It came out in 11.
You sound drunk when you get tired.
He's doing a thing.
I'm not.
So
Sober
I'm
up.
not.
I am not doing anything.
I'm trying. I've been drinking rum all night, trying to get in the mood for this pirate concept album.
ooh, that felt so smooth. Unlike the rum. Not very smooth.
No,
But that transition, so smooth.
gliding right into it.
What exactly?
Were you done talking about Nintendo?
I mean, what else? They're stupid.
That new Super Mario game looks weird.
Okay, right? Like, isn't it weird how the themes and like tone shift so much between
The
all those
people
worlds?
in the city should look like Mario. What's going on? Why don't they look like him? Can you imagine calling a plumber and it shows up and it looks like Mario and you go, oh my goodness.
Well, actually, I'd be pretty glad he'd be able to fit into like the cupboard underneath the sink pretty easy.
You never see Mario do any plumbing.
Actually, it's funny you mention that.
Yikes!
In the Mario Superstar Ultra RPG games, you actually do quite a bit of plumbing in both of those.
I want him just to put a plunger on a toilet.
So in those games, you're in the Mushroom Kingdom, and you go to the Bean Kingdom, which is like
Beandom.
it's like on the border of the Mushroom Kingdom, and you go.
It's a heavily disputed border.
You-
It's like India and Pakistan.
Well, so to get over there, you have to prove that you're the Mario Brothers to these two like border security guards, and they're like, "Well, the Mario Brothers are good at jumping, so you have to pass a jumping test." And they flip the fuck out. They're like, "Holy shit, you guys are the Mario Brothers." So you're like going around the Bean Kingdom, and they're like, "The Mario Brothers? I don't believe it." And you hit the A button. Oh my god, only Mario could jump that high. Dead serious. That happens like throughout the entire game. It's actually a really fun game. Those would be fun to do a Let's Play of.
Yeah, sure. I feel like Mario's best.
Maybe Sam and I'll do that. We seem to like Nintendo a little bit more than you.
What are you doing?
From the
Casino
Legend of Zelda.
The Nintendo's not even on, and you're still being a dickhead to me.
It's in the room. With
Every
us.
time the essence of Nintendo enters Lane's mind, he targets me. Mario Party was on for seconds, and you're like, all right, we got to gauge the cheater. And I'm like, the game hasn't even started yet.
Every time Gage lost, well, guess you couldn't cheat your way out of that one. Every time he won, wow, guess you cheated your way into another
a guy
victory.
who didn't ever play Smash Brothers, and every time, hey, yo, me, oh, waka, waka. Ah.
Well, it's funny. I just like to put you down.
Why?
Because you always react. You know when you guys beat up on me to the point where I just go, yeah.
Wait, we beat up on you?
You have in the past, yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
There it is.
Sam, what's your segment this week?
My segment this week is Spider-Man Unlimited. This is a show from 1999, and it is in much the same way that Batman the Animated Series was running during Spider-Man the Animated Series. This one came after Spider-Man the Animated Series. It has a much different art style, and it only ran for 13 episodes because it's fucking weird. And so it starts out with this space launch going on, and of course J. Jonah Jameson's son, John Jameson, is the only astronaut who can fly this ship. So he goes, we're going to go to the other side of the sun where there is a parallel Earth. Right? We've never seen this before. You know, you think of the universe as like a clock going around, but it's got a mirror image. And on this parallel Earth, there is a man called the High Evolutionary, I think his name is.
This is the season 1?
Is he
This
he
is
green?
episode 1.
Is he green and red?
I don't think so, no.
Oh, I'm trying to find. I'm just looking at pictures, and
Yeah, that's by the way, Spider-Man's suit looks kick-ass.
Can I see it?
that's pretty cool.
As the launch is happening, however, Carnage and Venom
I'm looking at that right now. They look pretty good.
Yeah, they get on the ship because they want to go to a parallel world that they've never been to before. So
They're just some guys looking to have some fun.
and Spider-Man's like, I can't let that happen, so he gets on the thing, and they all end up going to the parallel Earth.
It's on a rocket, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I have seen an episode of this.
Okay, and they all get shot down in the parallel Earth, and Spider-Man faces these 4 knights, and they're all evolved versions of animals. So the High Evolutionary who runs this planet has evolved animals into like half human, half animals.
Furries.
It's like the
Furries.
island of Dr. Moreau?
Kind of, exactly like that. Because he goes, human companionship is not, humans are so corrupt. Animals are the future. It's very much a weird sort of furry type world where humans are like this underclass population that live in the gutter, and the alien animals live in like space up above them. It's a weird fucking show. And
That's season 1?
That's episode 1, where all this is introduced.
Gage, when you say that's season 1, there's only 13 episodes.
I understand that, but that seems like an arc you save for like when you're running at ideas.
No, it's a lot to swallow, but it is all crammed into one episode. And so, it's an absurd premise, but then there's a few highlights where, like, I don't know if you remember that, but John Jameson is a werewolf in the Marvel Universe. So that comes up a few times. Yeah. Oh. So it's a weird show, but it's only 13 episodes, and they're all on YouTube. I recommend that you watch a few of them because it's a trip. It's really interesting. So anyways, that's my segment. Go ahead and check it out. Spider-Man Unlimited.
Did you ever watch the Spider-Man animated series?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's got some good episodes. The actor who plays Spider-Man has the most melodramatic voice.
That's the voice of Spider-Man to me.
Mary Jane.
Yeah. Make me look like Steve Perry from Aerosmith.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck?
That's because he does the theme song for the Spider-Man.
Oh, Steve Perry does?
Yes.
That's weird.
That's him.
Dude, that's a good show. Like, they're, like, the Green Goblin on that show's pretty good. What about the 60s Spider-Man show? You watched that?
I've seen a couple episodes of that.
Have you watched the Japanese Spider-Man cartoon?
No.
That one is weird.
Have you seen
the live-action 70s show?
Live-action 70s Spider-Man show. Oh, what is up with that?
So I watched a documentary about Stan Lee where they're talking about making all of it. So they made a Doctor Strange movie in the 70s.
It never went anywhere.
It never went anywhere, but that fucking 70s show is so weird. And here is Spider-Man! And he's like in the shittiest suit you could possibly imagine.
And if they do like this first-person cam as he's like lowered down on a crane to do like this falling effect. The climbing building effect was really well done, actually, because they had him like on the thing, and they would like, I don't know if they'd matte paint out the wires or if it just wasn't that high def enough, but he could like walk and then like jump and climb a building, and it looked pretty cool.
You ever watch the old Captain America movies from the 70s?
I've seen the 40s serials, and then I saw the movie from the 90s.
The movie from the 90s is awful.
Oh.
So in the 70s, he had a motorcycle helmet.
Mm-hmm.
And he had like a plastic shield.
Yeah.
It was awful. And Christopher Lee was in one of them.
Wow.
Come here, Captain America.
Yeah, they really didn't get superhero movies until way later. I mean, obviously,
They don't get them now.
Oh yeah.
Even.
I mean, there's a weird early 2000s golden age, I guess, but
Yeah, where like X-Men came out and you're like, oh, this movie's not very good, but all right,
yeah.
sure.
Like X-Men is like, at least it's fun to see them on screen.
I
Same
think
with-
that's what it is, like
yeah.
the novelty of...
Yeah. But then I guess they also had those awful Fantastic Four movies.
But they were so good when we were kids.
They were,
Have you seen the most recent Fantastic Four movie?
No, I
I'm not
refuse to
bothered,
watch
no.
it.
Wow. I will tell you a movie that is maybe an hour long that feels like it is 4 hours long.
I don't really like Miles Teller. They need to stop putting him in things. I'm going to write to his agent. I'll pay you just to stop. He was in some movie called, like, Fight for This or Feel the Burn or something like that. And so the trailer, he's like the bad boy of boxing. So he's late to the weigh-in because he's wrapping himself in plastic wrap and is like on a treadmill. I'm like, oh, we're going to get a cool guy boxing. Okay, sure, why not? And then he gets into a car accident, and then it's all about him making a comeback. I'm like, well, I've seen this movie.
Well, that's Doctor Strange without the magical powers and with boxing.
But he doesn't believe in chakras.
I don't believe in chakras.
Chakras are magic.
Energies. I can't do that voice.
Well, you have to like not add any grit to it and just
I know, I'm
lower.
yeah.
It's chakras.
What is this? I can't do it. I used to be able to do it.
It's just the house, the Doctor House.
Yeah, that's
voice.
what it is. So I know you and I watched 2 episodes of Series of Unfortunate Events. Have you watched any of it?
No, I only found out about it from your Twitter.
Oh, it's the best show your girlfriend probably likes.
Nah, she might have read those books. God, I hope not.
It's like I don't know how 2017 of me is. It's like a chick show that.
Oh, okay.
I love it, and I it's not great.
It's got like cute moments and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I like the movie because like when I see Jim Carrey, I'm like, well, that's not Jim Carrey. That's Count Olaf. He's but like I'm looking at him, well, that's just Neil Patrick Harris. You put a big nose on him. It's like so unapologetically Neil Patrick Harris that it's like distracting.
For some reason, like before that came out, I thought that Count Olaf was supposed to be played by Brendan Urie, the lead singer from Panic at the Disco. And I couldn't remember why. I'm like, it's really like, I mean, yeah, he's a weird guy. He was so weird and all that all his band members left him, so he just kind of has to.
Because he was getting into character for Count Olaf.
Yeah. And then I looked it up. I'm like, oh, it's Neil Patrick Harris. Who's Brendan Urie playing then? I'm like, he's doing something at some point.
But anyway, the best part of the show is Patrick Warburton.
Yeah, dude.
He's so good. Like they dress him up in different costumes, like in the background, and
What a blessed man! Like his voice.
it's so good because we finally got to the episodes of Seinfeld that he's in.
Oh, okay.
You said no face painting, so I painted my chest. I said I wouldn't paint my face. I never said anything about the rest of my body.
So what's your segment today, Gage?
I don't have one.
Oh,
Well,
Wow, Sam and I came.
Well, I
prepared
haven't
to
really.
that.
I haven't been reading anything.
Let's just rip into Gage on how he's bad at Nintendo. That'll be his segment.
I
today.
haven't been reading anything or watching anything.
You don't read anyway. I mean,
Sometimes I read. Sometimes I'm like, well, I got to learn more about this thing.
I mean books. You don't read books.
No, I don't.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
No.
Fun fact: Gage does not read books. He can't read books. He can't read them.
I found myself in a library, and it's
How did that happen?
It's a library consisting only of poetry,
Even worse.
and I was assigned to find a book of poetry that looked interesting. So I go to the back, and there's a book. This is the Poetry of the Negro,
Nice.
1740 to 1970. Now I'm immature, so I thought that was funny. And so that's the book. So I had to carry around the Poetry of the Negro for 2.5 hours. That's right. Yeah, so I was in the library recently reading a book, just in fact.
Wow, he showed you, Lane.
Is that really a book of poetry? Is that really?
I was reading the poetry of the Negro, the realest poetry there is.
Fair.
And I said, "What year did this come out?" And in 1970, I'm like, "That's got to be like the last year."
The tail
Negro
end
was
of-
okay.
Yeah. Well, if you ask my grandma, it was yesterday.
Like 1971, we all were like, "All right, no more of this." Who was the president in 1971?
Gerald Ford?
Was it Carter at that point?
No, I think it was Ford. Might have been Nixon. Because
Did he pardon the word Negro? That's a history joke. That's a great history joke. There you go. Take that one home with you.
All right. Speaking of poetry, I'm guessing this was for the same class. You said something about a cringy poem about God.
Okay, so I had to pick a poem out of this book, right? And it's like, take a line. Well, I don't know if you know this about the poetry of the Negro. A lot has to do with God. So it was talking about how God has forsaken the slaves.
Okay.
And so I had to take a line. So then I took similar themes that I was talking about, how like people will pray to God and then he won't answer and they'll think that like they deserve action or something. And then the whole point of the poem ended up being that like just saying a prayer means that you have hope to. It was dumb. Like I didn't actually. So we had to go up there. I'm like, I hope I don't have to read this out loud. Because this is cringy.
You incorporated a line from Poetry of the Negro.
Yeah, and so then I had to write about that. So it kind of, but luckily I did. And it was really long, so I would have been sitting there for a while. Wow, what do you mean by that? I mean nothing by this. I guess I could talk about my parking situation.
Oh yeah, go ahead and talk about your parking situation.
Okay, listen, I'm not in great shape. So I have to walk from this parking garage. It's about 3/4 of a mile. So I'm thinking, oh, great way to start getting in shape.
Sure.
Because if I walk there and then I walk back.
That sounded way more pointed than I meant it to.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
You stop eating bread, you walk a mile every day, you shed those pounds. So I'm thinking, well, that's a mile and a half, like every day. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And so, but I soon realized that I don't really like walking. I have this horrible back injury because I played football, and then I had a football coach who wasn't a very nice man. And if you had an injury, you were hard pressed to report said injury.
He went and did the Argentine backbreaker on him.
I was shooting out of a defensive stance, you see, and I was too good. So anyway, I've had this back injury and I've not done anything about it. And it went away for a while, and then me and Sam worked as movers, and I re-injured it.
Oh, did you? Is it still that?
Yes, it still hurts really bad. I don't know if you
sorry.
noticed on that last move, I was very self-conscious about like, I was like, I got to lift some of this stuff, and it started to flare up towards the end, and I was like, oh no, we're almost there. And like I powered through it, it went away, and I'm like, I've cured it because I've powered through it. I did not cure it.
You need to start taking care of that before it,
Well, I don't know what to do. I don't know anything about back. I should read about back muscles.
I'm not great with mine either. I just foam roll it before I do anything heavy, and then
I need like a
try to stand up straight.
I need like a 4-foot tall Asian boy to walk on my back.
Don't we all?
And then I pat him on the head and I give him a yen and I walk away.
You give him a what?
A yen. A single yen.
He goes,
You know what the currency exchange is on the yen right now?
I give him 40,000 yen.
I think that's $40.
40,000. Anyway, so here's the issue is that everywhere around where I need to go, you need some sort of parking permit. Or there's like this like excruciating fine. So I'm like, well, I need to find a way to get to drive and park. So I need to hide. So I found this building right next to where I need to be. And there's like no signs that say like, if you park here, we will fucking tow you, we will fine you, and we will burn you alive. It just says
tar you, feather you, and lynch you in the streets.
So it just says parking for this address. So, but that address, the thing says like, so let's say the street is called Vine. It says Vine Street Annex. Well, then the building I need to get to is right next to it. So I'm like, well, I'm so unclear on what the rules are. I know exactly what the rules are. You're not supposed to park there.
Who's allowed to park there?
people in the Vine Annex, which is the building that I park in front of, not the building I park next to.
But you're going to be in that building.
Yeah, so I'm just parking there, and I'm hoping that I can go, well, I thought it was for the whole annex. And they're like, all right, well.
Don't do it again.
Don't do it again. So we'll see how that gambit pays out. But you know what? It's doing wonders for my back. I don't...
Doctor, my back hurts when I walk. Don't walk.
So I was like, oh, great way to lose weight. So then the day I decided to drive, I'm sitting in that parking lot eating a Baconator with grease rolling down my face going, oh, I made a good choice today. So yeah, I'll update you guys on my parking situation.
There you go.
The most exciting thing going on in my life. Besides, I haven't told you about. I've told everyone but you, Sam, about this.
Okay.
I have an idea for something that I think we could actually make. So
Okay.
I know I say that every week,
Mm-hmm.
but I've stewed on this idea and it doesn't sound stupid.
Okay.
Although on my other ideas, I stew on it and it sounds stupid.
So you've told other people who I would assume would, like, especially Lane would.
Yeah, so like when I tell most ideas are like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. But I've been telling this idea and they go, oh yeah, that sounds good. I'm like, all right, good,
All right.
this is the one.
All right. Lay it on me.
Right now.
Yeah. No, hype it up some
Oh,
more.
wow, he's embarrassed. He doesn't want it.
Well, I wasn't ready for like a pitch meeting.
Why are you telling me about
You-
this? Unless you were going to tell me.
Well, it's like the most exciting thing happening in my life besides this thing.
Okay.
All right, fine. Remember last week or 2.5 weeks, 3 months ago, we were talking about serial killers.
Yes.
And Lane said, that'd be a good movie, 2 serial killers living in the same town.
Yeah.
We'll roll the tape. We'll see whose idea it really was.
It was me. I was the one who said it.
We'll get the tape.
It was me.
I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't you, but we just have to roll the tape to make sure. Anyway, so I said, okay. So this is the tweets I sent out. So Sam, you're going to be playing a guy who's a writer who wrote like this shitty book.
Okay.
And so he's been living off royalties on it.
Nice.
But people like this book. But every time they see him and they recognize him, they're like, "Oh, I love this character that he wrote." So he keeps getting upset that nobody will give him credit, but they get like, "Oh, I love this character." So
Wait, so he gets upset because they don't like him, they like his character?
they like his character. So he's like, it's kind of like this backhanded way of saying, "Oh, your writing's not particularly what's in." He wants to be the thing that everybody likes about the book is that his writing, not
okay.
necessarily. So anyway, so he gets like fired from his job. So he decides, okay, I'm going to write a new novel. So there's a serial killer in town called the Rainy Day Slasher. So he's like, well, if I write a book about this Rainy Day Slasher, it'll just be like any other crime book. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to solve the case. So that way I'll get credit for writing the book and being the hero of the story.
Nice.
So in doing so, he figures out like the guy's been murdering people. Did we say like an umbrella?
Yes, I suggested it's an umbrella.
So he figures out that it's an umbrella. So he realizes
Wait, like beating them or stabbing them with like a pointed umbrella?
So-
we should see stabbing them and opening it.
Okay, so my vision here,
Oh.
my vision is you stab them and it opens up and it like splatters their intestines.
Yeah,
all
that'd
over
be
the
good.
place.
Killer.
So he goes to the store and he's like camping out, like writing people down who visit the umbrella aisle or whatever. And so then this like local reporter shows up and he's like, "Oh, hey man, what are you doing?" And he's like, "Oh, leave me alone." He's like, "Oh, I really love your work and stuff. What are you working on?" And he won't tell him. Mm-hmm. So finally he sees like this really shady guy and like they make eye contact and he's like, "That's the guy. That's the killer." Mm-hmm. So he goes to that guy's house because he needs evidence. Well, the guy catches him and they kind of get into a struggle. Well, then your character kills the guy that he thought was the killer, but it's not really the killer.
Ooh.
But he thinks it is.
But he thinks it is, so he hides the body. But then the next day, there was another murder last night. So he's like, "Oh shit, I didn't get the right guy." So then later that night, he gets really freaked out. So then he's hiding in his house, and somebody's in his house sneaking around. So then he gets a hammer and he kills that guy. Well, it's the reporter guy. So now he's killed 2 people. And so he hides the bodies or whatever, but they get found, and so they think that it's the Rainy Day Slasher killing these people. Oh. So now the Rainy Day Slasher and your character are getting upset because the right credit isn't going to the right people. So it's a battle of serial killer egos.
So do I then start killing people until I get recognition? Or do I not slouch into the role of killer?
Well, no, like the Rainy Day Slasher gets mad at you, so now you escalate your hunt, and so you're both trying to get each other.
Nice.
So you just
Do I keep comically killing the wrong person?
I think so. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, I can get behind that.
So yeah, that's the idea.
Our 30-second anti-texting and driving ad was too simple.
I didn't really want to do that. You guys got all excited about that? I'm
not excited about it. I'm excited about the $1,000 you have the chance to win.
That's true.
Like, I don't care about alcoholism. I don't care about any of these stuff. But if they pay me to write an essay about it,
That's true.
I'll farm out my heart and soul.
Well, there's another movie fest thing I have a poster for. I was looking at.
Okay, let's do it.
I'll show you. I tried to get on their website, but it wasn't working.
Nice.
It was like the least intuitive. I'll look at. Anyway, so that's the idea right now. That's what I'm actually started writing a script. So
hey, we got a script.
That's how you know. Anyway, so that's all I have going.
Cool.
Did we know any movies coming out? It's January.
That split personality movie's coming out.
Resident Evil.
Oh, okay.
You're not gonna like it.
Why are people liking that movie when that scene is in the movie?
Wait, who likes it?
The Split movie, people are fucking eating it up. It has like an 82 on Rotten Tomatoes right now.
Why?
And people are like, M. Night Shyamalan's return to form. He's coming to get you. I'm like, what?
M. Night Shyamalan is. He's
James McAvoy, you never go full retard.
He went full retard. I don't understand.
Well, see, what I'm going to go do is I'm going to go pay to see Monster Trucks, but I'll instead go in to see that movie. See, this is the thing I'll do. I'll support a movie that, is doing shitty because I'd rather give that movie money than give my money to a movie that I don't want to support.
Meet the madman who pays for movies that he doesn't watch.
Well, Sausage
Exclusive.
Party I didn't pay for at all.
The only man to go see Monster Trucks. What'd you think? Oh, it wasn't very good at all, really.
Can you tell us what happened in it?
It was a monster.
In a truck.
And then I fell asleep, to be honest with you. And then Professor Xavier was there, and he had multiple personalities.
That sounds a lot like the movie Split. Any comments on that? I'm sure if I did see that one probably wasn't very good either. Especially not that part where...
I mean, a brief aside, I watched Rogue One, finally.
What'd you think?
I really enjoyed it. I think it's a good movie.
All right, well.
I think the characters were fleshed out enough, and it was enjoyable.
We'll just change that subject real quick, because that'll just lead to a fight.
We're going to cut that. We're going to cut that whole part.
That'll just lead to a fight. We didn't talk about a dog's purpose, which is to be used as propaganda. So that video comes out, everybody loses their fucking minds. And then TMZ goes, yeah, we edited that to make it look much worse than it actually is.
Yeah,
and then nobody cared.
There's no smoking gun, for one. For two, how do you think they get animals into places like that? It's not because the animals want to be there.
No.
They just make them do it.
Well, and then you see the second that the dog doesn't like it, they were like, okay, we're done.
He's like, fine.
And then as soon as the dog's head goes underwater, like divers go in, even though it resurfaces and it's fine. They're like, okay, get him out.
Yeah.
And then they're like, we're canceling the red carpet premiere.
Did they really?
Yeah, but they're not canceling the movie.
See,
it's still coming out.
So when I first saw this thing, I thought I misread that as they're pulling the movie.
No,
and I was like,
absolutely.
wow, that's crazy.
They got Dennis Quaid in it. They got Dennis Quaid money.
Dennis Quaid is a dog?
Get back, dog.
That's pretty good.
What is the dog, Sean Connery?
What's my purpose, Dennis Quaid? I am your kohai. You are my senpai.
You don't want to be put in the water.
When a dog and a man are together, the kohai senpai relationship is assumed. So everybody was like pretending like they were going to go out and see the movie. And I'm like, you didn't even know that a movie about a dog that reincarnates was coming out until they're like, wait, they were torturing a dog? On what movie? I was going to go see that. No, you weren't. How dare you? How dare you lie to everybody?
And pretend like you were going to go see that movie. No, that honestly sounds like one of the more stupid movie plots I could think of.
Is Common in that movie? That sounds like a movie Common
That sounds
would
like
be
a
in.
movie. What is that movie where Common and Liam Neeson are like themselves and they just fight each other?
What?
It's called Run All Night. You ever see Run All Night?
Common and Liam Neeson are in a movie together?
Common and Liam Neeson are in a movie together. And Common, is the bad guy. I can't remember if he kidnapped his daughter or has some computer virus or whatever. And then Liam Neeson has to fight him and find him. And it's paint by numbers, but it's Common and Liam Neeson. So
That's so weird.
yeah.
I like that he's like, I'm a hard rapper, but you're in the odd life of Timothy Green as a soccer coach, Common. You're not a hard rapper.
Real rappers is hard to find, like a remote.
Oh, wow. That's pretty good. Did you write that?
No.
Is that James Joyce?
Common freestyled it.
What do you guys think about that movie with Charlie Day in it? Fist Fight?
Fist fight. I've never heard of it.
So Ice Cube wants to beat up Charlie Day?
Ice Cube is the principal and wants to beat up Charlie Day.
No, he's not the principal. Fucking what's his face from Breaking Bad is the principal.
Bryan Cranston?
No, the Hank.
Okay, well, who's Ice Cube then?
He's just another teacher.
Oh, well, that's stupid. Why? How would you? Why that?
I don't know, but it looks like a movie that Kevin Hart was supposed to be in, but Kevin Hart said, "I'm busy," so they said, "Well, let's get another yippy little guy."
Well,
so they got Charlie Day.
Oh, I thought you meant to replace Ice Cube.
No,
What do Kevin Hart and Ice Cube have in common, Lane?
Well, they're both black. Because then I thought, Kevin Hart wouldn't do it because he was like, well, I'm shorter than Charlie Day, so we can't do that.
And I feel really bad for Charlie Day because, like, in all the promotional material, like, he's like, oh, yeah, it's going to be a good movie. And I really like Charlie Day because I like Always Sunny. I want his cinematic appearances to be much better. More Pacific Rim cameos, please.
Pacific Rim 2, he's going to be in it.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Is he going to help young John Boyega find his way?
He's going to be the bad guy in the next one.
Dude, I wish that he was playing Charlie from Always Sunny.
He kind of is.
No, but he's, like, smart. I want him to be really stupid. Like, he's huffing paint and shit.
Okay, well, okay, then he would have no place in that movie as that character.
I know, but...
No.
I want fun Charlie, not spouting environmental nonsense Charlie.
That's a real problem.
He wasn't spouting environmental
Remember in the
nonsense.
third act when he's like, well, with all this global warming, we practically terraformed the planet for him. And I'm like, really? We have to... Really, Guillermo?
It was so irresponsible of us.
Listen, guys, I know this is an inconvenient truth. I'm like, this is a giant monster movie. What are you doing?
I don't think it was supposed to be that deep, but...
I think.
Oh,
honestly,
yeah, every time... Oh, God,
honestly, though, that line does make the whole thing make a little bit more sense because why now? It's because...
If Pacific Rim was like a shitty cosplayer that was like only thing had going for her was that she had big tits, Lane would be the White Knight for that Pacific Rim cosplayer.
What you're saying is
every time I offer valid criticisms of Pacific Rim, he's like, no, you're just jealous of Pacific Rim.
Well, you are. I mean,
to be fair, do you have giant robot / alien battles? You know,
I guess not. No, I don't.
You don't. No. So, I think we're all a little jealous of Pacific Rim. Yeah, it is a flawed movie, though.
Well,
it's pulling in $15,000 a month on Patreon. So,
are you? No. Let's move on before I get really mad. Let's move on.
Lane gets testy.
Shut up.
All right. Well, we didn't really prepare a topic of the week, and we've already talked for an hour.
And we're
it's
good.
A quick podcast this week.
Quick podcast this week. Join us next week for something really thrilling. It's going to be a great treat.
We're going to have that vampire... by the time this goes up, that vampire video should be done. We're gonna continue Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, and after the second part of that vampire video goes up, we're gonna start doing something else. So look forward to that. Eventually, we'll do something else.
Since we all have access to Premiere and After Effects now, I might start working on some stuff I've had.
Thank God.
We'll keep doing things.
I've been worked by like a stubborn mule in that editing.
Well, you know what? Considering this coming from a guy who doesn't have a job, it only seems fair.
Yeah, imagine if I had a job, none of it would get done.
Don't use that as reason for why you're not getting a job.
Okay, well that's 8 hours of fucking solid editing on those one video.
And they look great.
Thank you.
No, yeah.
Okay, so we had no emails this week. We didn't even get any spam emails, and I checked.
Oh no,
they're on to me.
Nothing from who's our fan? Styles Bitchley.
No, I didn't respond to the last one.
Why not?
I don't know if they want to send another one, and that's fine. Saltmineradio.
We got to respond to him. You got to send him an email. Say, hey, sorry we missed you. Send in an email next week.
Well, I figured if they're listening to the podcast, they know I read the fucking email.
Well, yeah, but he wants that interaction.
Is the Nintendo one? I imagine it's like Jumanji, where it's making that heartbeat noise. No, the drums. Yeah. It's driving you to hate me. What's that?
Water?
You drink some water. What is that supposed to mean?
What do you mean by that, Larry?
Okay, you said, what is that? And I said, water. And
No,
you said,
no,
what
no,
is
no.
that
I meant that
supposed to mean?
fucking shit-eating grin on your face. You pulled it out with, well, I'm going to drink some water.
No, because you said, what is that? And I'm like, water. What is wrong with you?
The thing that you were doing, what was all that? You were trying to say something.
No, I was grabbing my water to drink it.
Lane, you fucker. You know you saw what you were doing.
That's exactly
You
what I was
weren't even
doing.
thirsty until I said, well, I drink a lot of cat. And then you went, oh, yeah?
Well, you said the word drink, and I said, oh, that reminds me. I need to drink some water. And I grabbed my water. And
Yeah,
you go,
but the look on your
And you
face.
go, what
There
is
was
that?
a look. You gave me a look
There
on
was
your
a look
face.
because you said, what is that? I'm like, what do you think? It's
I
water.
said, what is that after you gave me the look? You fucker.
You guys really missed out on something great if you weren't subscribed to the video feed.
That's it. I'm not doing the Pirate Concept album anymore.
That's okay. I'll just do it with Sam then.
Oh, yeah. Enjoy that. I bet he can't even sing lounge or do the pirate voice.
I was going to say,
Can you do a pirate accent?
I cannot gauge.
Do a pirate accent. Do it right now.
Matey.
I'm pissed right now. You better do it. This needs to be finished by tonight. We only have 2 hours to finish this pirate concept album.
Who do you owe a pirate concept album to? Why are you so rushed for this? If this is really your vision, then why are we doing it in one night?
Don't question me. I don't have an answer. I just had to make that up 5 seconds ago.
Well, that's the end of our podcast. And I mean the end. Like, no more of them. We're done.
We say that every week.
Catch us next week when the theater troupe is in here teaching us how to do a...
Teaching you.
Teaching all of us.
Teaching you.
Teaching all of us. Because we could all learn a little
If you weren't
something.
so fucking useless in every aspect of filmmaking, teaching you, Lane.
Last segment, Countdown to Terminus. It's in June.
Yeah, we're doing that because we made a cowboy movie.
Mm-hmm. We're riding off the positive vibes of Outgunned. Our
Gage is mad over there. Ooh.
film.
I feel the presence of the Nintendo.
Catch us
All
at
right,
Terminus.
I'm taking a drink of water. This is a non-aggressory move here. I'm just taking a drink. Okay?